going to get to the end of the bar and then...
Oh,
they fixed it. We're great.
Fixed it.
Maybe it'll spin now.
All right.
Looks like RHIT had to disable their spinning to avoid a penalty there, but...
And they seem to be stuck on the bar.
Come on, RHIT. This was...
You guys got this.
When they were able to make it over, they had such a good showing. There we go. Their standard's over. Their hero taking a little bit of damage there, but not too big of a deal.
It's not too big. They made it to the supply zone, so they heal up. And
notably, on the blue side, PSU, you can see their health bars going down before RHIT even purchases projectiles. That's because of, I believe, power limit issues. They're able to do some chip damage onto the sentry of RHIT, so they are now in the lead with 30 seconds in.
The hero seems to be in position to try to take some
They have loaded it up, and I believe we're in the cockpit right now of the sentry. You can see them returning fire onto the sentry. We're in a standard, damaging the sentry of PSU, chewing the sentry of PSU. RHIT takes it down to 60 health.
And they took it down.
The hero coming in to finish it off with a hit projectile. RHIT showing that if they can make it out of the base, they can make it all the way.
Yeah, now they just have to rush the base at this point.
Yeah, their sentry, obviously, because of that wheel issue, wasn't spinning. They had the confidence to say, don't use our timeouts. We'll just let it sit. We think we can outman them. And it was a good call. Their hero lined up. It was able to fire at the sentry.
And it seems to be firing at the base.
6 projectiles is all it's going to take. There's 2.
There's 2. I think a few might have missed, actually.
Well, they've landed 2. So now it's at 1,100 health. Yeah. They definitely fired a few more. RHIT applying pressure with their standard. Standard now hitting level 10, 5 levels ahead of the standard for McMitney.
That's going to give them a crazy advantage, actually. They can just kind of soak up all the damage that the standards are giving.
Yeah, PSU taking some long shots and dealing chip damage, but chip damage is not going to protect you from the hero of RHIT.
The hero comes back, just lining itself up with the base for RHIT.
So one of the things that I'll say, I've noticed this quite a few times. If you're a hero driver and you're not taking damage, stop spinning when you're shooting at the base. You'll have a lot better accuracy because you won't be drifting. You won't have some of those typical Beyblade issues. But this hero is taking damage and escapes with 1 segment of HP remaining. And interestingly, decides to use the center buff. He didn't need to retreat all the way because the heat stopped. RHIT, this standard's looking clean.
The standard is just melting away a little slowly.
This is exactly what I was just saying about the hero. You should keep an eye on your health, but just ignore the other bots until you get half health. Does a great job of focusing down the base. Now 600 HP remaining for PSU.
They have no economy right now, so they're just waiting for them to get paid so that they can get more ammunition and just finish the job.
PSU can use this gap. Their blue standard 3 has some projectiles at the very bottom of your screen, but is not launching.
They're not, they seem to not want to take out that sentry, which is interesting.
They have done a great job of surviving, right? They haven't been dying a lot, which means they've been getting passive XP, so that level gap has disappeared as the hero for RHIT lands another. They need 3 more projectiles. That one counted as a standard, so they're still going to need 3 hero shots.
And they seem to be missing the base, RHIT.
A little bit. It's very crowded over there. They were spinning. It can be quite problematic as you see the standard for RHIT chipping away at blue standard 4, which is almost knocked out.
But PSU is doing a pretty good job of defending right now.
They're doing a great job of deciding when to leave the fights as well. They're defending as best they can. Standard 4 got out with 18 HP that time.
Again, this is like an econ match right now because RHIT is just kind of waiting for more money to drop in.
And that's going to be that accuracy issue that you've identified with RHIT's hero. They're spending a lot of gold on those hero projectiles that they're not able to utilize. PSU doing a good job now. They need to aim a little higher. They need to aim a little higher still. There we go.
They got it.
And now it's a base race. 45 seconds is plenty of time to take down a base.
But at the same time,
RHIT, can they finish off the base? Do they have the projectiles?
Or is PSU going to defend?
They've got 0 projectile allowance. They have to retreat, but the standard there to finish it off as RHIT gets their first base kill of 2024.
Wow. That was a really good match. It kind of really showed RHIT's ability when they can get out of the base.
Standard.
That just makes it a little bit more difficult.
3, 2, 1. RHIT versus PSU, round 2.
RHIT already starting off fast into the supply zone.
That's great. Getting your standard out there will let you get levels. Your hero probably isn't super critical at level 1.
Yeah. Oh, but it is taking a little bit of damage.
Yeah, a tiny bit, but PSU struggling there with some barrel overheat and some power overdraw.
Oh, there's
Both
the
their
gray
robots
screen.
dropping very low.
But I like how the standard came to protect that hero while it's getting out of the outpost.
Yeah, first blood coming across for RHIT.
Nice.
Some big cheers from RHIT coming across. I don't know if that was for the first blood or if we missed something awesome. But now their standard in the field taking out the sentry. Man, this standard is just so impressive. And the objective focus. Look at this. He's monitoring his health. He's not super worried. And he's taking the whole sentry out. He's moving on to base damage. This is going to be a burner of a game.
Oh, and the hero's positioned perfectly for taking out the base as well.
RHIT said, Nikhil, you think we need to work on economy? We can win the game with 400 gold total.
Yeah. Prove me wrong.
It's the best thing as a commentator.
Exactly.
All right, RHIT obviously doing super well here. The spinning protecting their sentry. PSU doing a good job of pushing up. They're trying to make the changes they need to. Taking out the hero for RHIT, firing back. There we go. Great job, PSU. Standard on standard combat there. One of the PSU standards continuing to fire at the deceased hero. That's one of those things that comes with experience as a driver.
Yeah.
Negative 13 projectiles allowed. That is not a glitch. When you're launching projectiles, once you hit 0, your flywheels, everything coasts to a stop. So you will fire some projectiles past that final limit.
So would that just be subtracted from what you buy?
Yeah. So you saw them then have 87 the next. And you know what else has 87? The health of PSU's base as RHIT chews through with their standard. The hero now coming up wants to get involved in the fun. 8 projectiles left to go. He's not spinning. He tried to listen to me, and it was terrible advice. Why would you listen to President? He didn't spin, and now he's toast. He did land 1 projectile, 200 damage dealt.
And while this is happening, PSU is slowly chipping away at the at RHIT's sentry. It's about at half health, but the spinning is really making it difficult for them to get some shots off at.
So true. RHIT doing great here, looking better and better every round. A little piece of their robot now spinning around in circles, but it's probably just a bumper. It looks very concentric.
Yeah. So it's probably just a bumper. Does it violate? Do they get a yellow card for this?
No.
No.
They're fine. Pieces of your robot can unintentionally come off during the round. They can even unintentionally cover an armor panel, and you won't get penalized as long as it doesn't look super suspicious. Like you have this big flap that just happens to fall down in front of your robot.
Oh, and there we go.
2 more hits will take it out. RHIT victory! Rose Holman 2-0 in their first 3v3 solo match.
Wow. That was some great performance from RHIT.
PSU put on a pretty good show.